Hello Cancer, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Cancer for the month of September. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Let's go and see what we have here for you, Cancer. I'll go ahead and get right into it for you. Now I am using the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot, as well as the Rider-Waite Tarot and the Kipper Oracle deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below if you'd like to pick them up for yourself. All right, so let's make sure we're all set up here and in view, and then we'll get right into it. Okay, that's just about good enough to me for right now. We'll go and take 3 or however many we're going to take here. 1, 2, 4. All right, we're going to take 4 Kipper cards here to clarify as we go along. Energy on the bottom, you have the 10 of Cups. So you love to see it. The 10 of Cups is one of the happiest cards in the tarot, and this really can be described as like this feeling of having overwhelming happiness in one's life. It's like a windfall of happiness coming in. You can see the family here. They are dancing, they're celebrating, they're enjoying themselves. This is like really a nice illustration of kind of almost picture perfect happiness, right? You have a balanced family life, you have they've kind of reached the final cup here at the end of the rainbow, indicating joy. They have this house here in the background that they own, and the river is flowing as well, indicating a nice kind of flow of energy. And so when you get the 10 of Cups, it can really be a completion in your life around happiness. They've kind of hit the top of the ladder, or they've kind of hit the top of the staircase or the ladder, or whatever you want to call it, in terms of their happiness in this moment. 10s in tarot represent completions, and this can be some type of completion in your life around happiness. Now you do have another 10 of 10 here as well, and so 2 10s can represent, you know, something closing out, but another thing beginning in one's life. 10s in tarot, as I said, represent completions. For some of you, this may be around, certainly around happiness. For others of you, this could be the way that happiness ties into work. I'm also seeing a lot of red in the cards. Red, orange, yellow. So red, orange, yellow, that's the first 3 chakras in your, that's the first 3 chakras. So it's the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and the solar plexus. Root, all 3 of these chakras, they kind of refer to your ability to provide for yourself, your footing in the world. It's like your food, shelter, water, your basic needs as a person. And particularly also about confidence. The solar plexus in particular can talk about confidence. And so I felt the need to say this. I'm seeing a lot of reds, oranges, yellows, these kind of energies that I think are very earthly and very important for you in this month. Let's talk about it some more. So in the overall situation, you have the 2 of Pentacles here, and the 2 of Pentacles is all about change in your life. You can see that they're kind of juggling the pentacles back and forth. You can see the choppy waters in the background, indicating that things are kind of going up, things are kind of going down. And this can say that there are fluctuations in money. It says that money could be coming in, money could be coming out. There could be changes in money. Now, by default, it's a good change, and I would say, you know, there are no major signs of concern. However, what I would say is the upper row is maybe the most challenging, and the thing is, the upper row is your thoughts, okay? And so some of you could be storytelling, okay? Many people who are on like the anxiety scale, or the anxiety scale, they will like start to create stories in their mind that have never existed and may never exist. And don't beat yourself up if you do find yourself doing that. It's just part of kind of working through anxieties in life. And so some of you could be in that mode right now, but some of you could be like assuming the worst right now, when, you know, maybe the situation is not exactly completely clear to you in the moment. But let's get some additional messages here. In the beginning of the month, you have the Five of Swords, you have the Empress, and you also have the Knight of Pentacles here. So the Five of Swords, yeah, so in your mind, the Five of Swords can refer to loss or feeling defeated. The thing about the Five of Swords is this showing up in the upper row is you thinking about, like maybe even obsessively thinking about losing something. Here, this could certainly be showing up. The Five of Swords, though, is one of these cards that makes you stronger because, you know, life is full of challenges and, you know, it's part of the experience that we've kind of signed up for here on planet Earth to kind of have. And, you know, life without challenges wouldn't be real, right? Life without challenges wouldn't be real. Challenges make us stronger, and challenges help us move up different levels and become stronger as a person. And so, long story short here, some of you may be putting a lot of energy towards a loss or towards a challenge, but don't allow this to affect your abundance in any way because you have this Empress card below it. The Empress card is a major energy of abundance. It is the most abundant card. You can see the crops here in the field. The Empress is just a really good omen in the tarot. You can see the crops here. Crops represent harvest. You also, once again, you can see the flowing river symbolism. That's kind of a nice, calm energy, but it's also this idea that life keeps going, the world keeps flowing, the world keeps spinning type of energy. And this energy here, also you can see the Venus symbol. Venus is a good sign of wealth and luxury, and also just the fact that they are sort of surrounded in nature in an abundant scene here. And the Empress is also asking you to nurture yourself, take care of yourself, okay? Are you creating a story in your mind that has never happened and may never happen here with the Five of Swords? Nurture yourself like a mother would nurture their children. The Empress is the mother archetype. You also have this Knight of Pentacles, which is all about financial results potentially happening for you. Or just some sort of results. If it's not financial, it could just represent results born out of hard work. By the way, the main energy of the Knight of Pentacles is if you put in the work, if you put in the effort, you will get the reward. You will get the result that you've been looking for. And it's a sort of, I'm getting this message of you like conquering something challenging here. I don't know why I'm looking at this Knight of Pentacles card and I'm feeling like the word conquering is coming forward. This is one of these cards also associated with nature and land. You can see the crops as well here, or just the nature scene as well. And so there is something about like earthly energy that I'm feeling for you at this time, Cancer. Some of you really connecting with nature maybe in this month and really allowing that to help you nurture yourself here. In the middle of the month, you have the Ten of Wands, you have the Two of Pentacles, and you also have the Hierophant. So, you know, taking a look here, we've talked about how you have these two tens. You're definitely closing something out here that I think probably has started with this Five of Swords. Again, some type of maybe fear in your mind here. I think you're closing this out. I think you're working through it. It's quite possible that right now some of you are just like in a situation that's not as stable as you're used to. And we go through fluctuations in life. We go through changes. And I say that because you have this Two of Pentacles, but also because of this Five of Swords in a diagonal position, as well as this. So you have this Five of Swords, Two of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands here. Nine of Wands asks you to not give up. And so I think in the face of change at this time, it's very important that you continue going forward and persevering, which I see you doing here because you have this Ten of Wands, but also you have the 9 into the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands person is struggling to carry the wands, but they are carrying the wands nonetheless. They are doing it. They are not letting the struggle hold them back. And this person is carrying a burden, but they're also learning something very important in their journey, in kind of going through the burden or going through the struggle with that energy. You also here have this Hierophant card. This is a card that can indicate marriage. It can also indicate anything that is traditional. It's sort of like the old guard, if you will. It can also be the organization that you work for, the organization that you're a part of, your workplace. And anything that is traditional. It can also be about knowledge. There is also something about knowledge here that I definitely feel some of you are experiencing. You're experiencing some knowledge. Maybe you're learning something, or you're just through having an abundance of experiences, you are increasing your knowledge in some ways. However, I feel like there might be changes in your workplace that are keeping you up late at night with the Two of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. Like, I think if I were to just I've spent a while here kind of breaking down what the cards mean. If I'm to just synthesize, if I were to just synthesize everything that I've just been sort of putting together, I think some of you are dealing with changes at work, and this is tying, and this is related to your happiness and the money associated with your happiness, or your happiness and work. Like work happiness or work money. These two things are kind of tied together, and it's it's possible right now that there are some changes in those areas, and this is showing up as a concern in the cards with the Two of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. Now, in the last part of the month, you have the Death card, the Two of Wands, and the Nine of Wands here. So you have these double twos. So twos can mean a couple things. It can really be about decisions and also about changes. It can be about your path. And I definitely think that some of you are putting a lot of energy towards your path at this time. What is the right path to go down? This person is at a fork in the road. This person's at a crossroads, and they're trying to decide between two wands, or two, and it's a metaphor, obviously, trying to decide between two paths, but they obviously also, they're looking into the globe, and they're realizing that the entire world is in front of them. And so it is this idea that there are a ton of options, right? And there's so many different things and so many different ways that this person could go. And it's just a matter of sort of trusting themselves to make the right choice, choose the right wand, choose the right path. So this can come forward when maybe you need to do some research, some planning, some discovery around your situation. This is, I think, a very important card here for you, Cancer, in this month, the Nine of Wands, which is, you can see that this person's a little frustrated. They're a little weary. They're tired from the struggle or from the battle with this Nine of Wands, but they're really not giving up. And if they would just kind of look in the other direction, they'd realize that they were so close to crossing the finish line, because the 9 card comes before the 10 of Wands. You know what completion feels like because you have the 10 of Wands here in the middle of the month, and in the future, or in the last part of the month here, what I would say is, like, tap into the feeling of completion, or tap into the feeling of crossing the finish line. Lastly, the Death card is all about transformation and change. Major change happening for Cancer people, I think, at this time, with the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and the Death card here. And I think there's just a little bit of, like, justified worry or fear around the unknown at this time. And embracing the unknown, I think, would be very helpful for you. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on here in these in these 4 Kipper cards. Okay, so you have High Honor, Family Room, Message, and Unexpected Income. Just when you least expect it, you get some really good news here, Cancer. The High Honor card is really somebody who is well respected in the workplace. People go to you for help. People look up to you. You are seen as a thought leader, or even a leader in your workplace. People want to be around you, and people want to learn from you. Family Room, it's possible that that's also the way your family views you. It's also possible that some of you are going to get news while you're at home with Message and Family Room. Like, maybe you work from home and you get this news, or you'll just get some news when you're hanging out at home or in your family or with your family or something like this. I think the news is ultimately very good and unexpected. I think it's positively unexpected here with the Unexpected Income card. So definitely like to see this for you. Let's go ahead and let's expand on this some more. But if you're enjoying this video so far, please do hit that like button and subscribe, as it really does help my channel grow in a big way. So you have the 7 of Pentacles, you have the 2 of Cups, you have the 3 of Cups, you have the King of Pentacles, you have the 5 of Pentacles, and you also have 2 of Wands coming in again. So what is that? 4 2s. So 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2. All right. So the angel number 222 is one of my favorites. I think it's my favorite angel number. And for me, when that card has come forward, it always suggests to me that I'm on the right path. And I almost just feel like telling you this. I think that there's like just some root level, like root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, some like root level insecurities. And I think it's because your money/work situation is inexplicably linked into your happiness, right? Like that's like, those two things are intrinsic, right? If you're not happy with where you work, it's going to be hard to be happy in other areas of your life. And I think that there's like a little bit of just fear and anxiety that you're working through. And I think if this is, fear and anxiety, like there's like fear and anxiety are normal things. Like we all have to deal with them. And it's just the way that we deal with them is different for all of us. So you have the Seven of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, long-term financial situations. You're really interested in your long-term financial future, okay? Like that's like an empire combination. Like you're really interested in building your empire. You're really interested in your long-term financial situation. You have the Two of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. Two of Cups is all about partnership. Five of Pentacles is, this is your thoughts not being aligned towards abundance, but instead your thoughts being aligned towards scarcity, unworthiness, not feeling good enough, not feeling right enough, all of those sorts of things. You have the Three of Cups here, which is about joy, celebration, good times with others, and, kind of letting loose and enjoying yourself. I want to take this card as well. Yeah, so you have the Nine of Wands coming in again. So you have the Nine of Wands and the Two of Wands twice. I said this Nine of Wands is an important card for you. I really feel like saying, do not give up at this time, okay? If you need to do some more research or if you need to do some more planning to help yourself out in your work life or your career life or your money life, like give yourself the space to do this, especially now that we're in Virgo season. Virgo season is a great time to plan, to clean your space, to prepare, to kind of take a more analytical approach towards life. I feel like for some of you, you will be pleasantly surprised around the way a situation works out for you in this month. So have no fear is what I feel like saying. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you, and I will see you in the next reading.